What's up, rockers? Welcome back to another episode of Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Beta. Today we will be discussing the weapons and maps that you can expect in the upcoming game. And before we really get started, I want to let you know, again, I'm playing with the Man of War with the tactical knife as the backup weapon. And by the way, this is going to be a very fast-paced video because there's a lot of information to get through, so let's get started. We're going to start off with the maps in this game. So the first map that we're going to talk about is Combine. Now, Combine you've seen, I think, 1 or 2 videos so far on the channel of. Takes place in the Sahara Desert with very fast-paced gameplay. This is the one with a lot of glass, and it has that little alcove that you can go around on the outside and do the wall running to cross over to the other side of the map. Evac is another map on this game so far that we've seen. It's basically an exposed rooftop that takes place in Singapore. This is the one that's all overgrown. There's moss and like trees growing everywhere. Very detailed, but also a lot of tight corners just like the last one, but also some open spaces where you can really get some long-range action going. Hunted is one I don't think I have actually shown on the channel so far, but it's the first map I really saw, and really probably the most popular map that people have seen so far. It's a lot in Ethiopia that really shows a lot of long sight lines and really gets a lot of distance and range that you can really get going in this map. Final map is Stronghold, which is the one you're seeing me play on right now. Very snowy, a lot of open space, but also some tight corners that you can really take out some people in. Which, by the way, in this gameplay you're seeing right now, you'll notice that this is actually the first time I play on this map, so I'm still kind of looking around, taking a look around, and kind of getting a feel for it, but you can really see how I'm kind of taking a look around to see what ranges and things that you can really get shots going off for. I still do pretty well. I think I go 14 and 8 on this map. So we're actually going to move now onto the weapons, and the weapons in Black Ops 3, you'll actually see a lot of similar things to that of Black Ops 2 and things like that. You of course have your regular submachine guns, assault rifles, shotguns, LMGs, sniper rifles, and then your pistols, launchers, and specials as your backups, and of course your regular lethal tactical grenades that are usually offered and things like that. So a lot of these weapons have certain perks and things like that that are much better than others. I'm just kind of gonna go over the ones that I have personally played with because I know a lot of them are a lot better than others. So the only submachine gun I've really played with so far is the Kuda. I'm going to show you my thing right here with the Kuda. It's basically the Kuda, the base level pistol, and a few attachments and things like that. I do really like the Kuda, actually. It has a really good fire rate, and the damage is pretty high still, so you can really get a lot of shots off and still take down people pretty quickly. Now, I haven't played with a whole lot of the other submachine guns, but I can tell you that based off of stats and things like that, guns like the Vesper and the BMP do seem like they will be pretty strong submachine guns as we progress through the game. And next up, we're going to talk about assault rifles. So really the assault rifles that I used in this game were really only the Man of War and the Arc 7. Now the Man of War is definitely my preferred out of the two. It's got a higher damage and a little bit lower of a fire rate, but honestly I really do prefer that. I just do like low fire rate weapons when you have a heavy amount of damage, and it's just something I really generally prefer throughout most Call of Duty games I've played. But I will show you here the setup I use for the Arc 7 with just the tactical knife, but that is something I use fairly infrequently. I do like the weapon, but it's not as up to par as what I would usually use. And then here is my setup for the Man of War. I will usually just run it with just the tac knife and some attachments, but sometimes I do use a backup shotgun. It comes kind of handy sometimes. Depends on, you know, what kind of fights I'm fighting and things like that. But there are definitely a lot of other weapons that are able to use. I just don't use a lot of the other weapons that much personally. And now for the shotguns, I've actually used both of them. The KRM 262 is the base level shotgun. It's a pump action shotgun which does, I think, like 90 to 95 damage, which is very heavy, but the fire rate is pretty low, whereas the Haymaker 12 is like a rapid fire assault shotgun, but it's got a lower damage rate, but it still takes out people pretty quickly. I do personally prefer the KRM, but either one is fine with me, honestly. And I don't have a whole lot of experience with LMGs, but I do play with sniper rifles every so often, and the Locust, which was the base level sniper, seemed to be a pretty nice sniper rifle from what I've played. I just never progressed really past that. I do like that weapon though, it's pretty nice and well balanced. When it comes to the pistols, I usually like the RK5, although I played a lot with the MR6. It's got a high fire rate, pretty well damaged, and it's got a 3-round burst, which is pretty nice and something that I usually like. playable. Now, you got the frag and the semtex for the grenades, but a new couple things. I mean, of course, we have the concussion grenade, but there's something called the black hat, which allows you to hack score streaks and stuff like that, which is a ton of fun when you are playing multiplayer. Thank you all for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed. If you learned something, please leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.